change my mic. Okay. All right. How's everyone doing? Hey, Rosemary Dean. Um, T5 757, Barbara Hagens. Hey girl. Hey, Miss Jenny R. Jones, Lynette Gordon, Yaya's World. She said no volume. I just fixed it, y'all. Can y'all hear me? Mary Twine. Okay. Okay. So y'all can hear me now. Andrea Jones, Tracy Hicks. Hello, everyone. Thank y'all so much for joining me today. Flawed Tea and Talk. Hey, girl. That was so y'all go follow Flawed Tea and Talk. She's new to YouTube. She was the girl who did the what not to do when your husband is being arrested video. So y'all go follow her. She's got some pretty good content. Hey, Hakeem. He said, hey, High Value Wives, always good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your support. Thank you. Thank you. Shirley Baker, Jackie Axel, Tammy Lewis. So the title of the video, I also have Miss Ty supposed to be joining me here shortly too. But so the title of the video is Throw the Entire Sisterhood Away. So wait, hold on. Did I put sister? No, I'm sorry. Throw the entire sister code away, right? Because there's a silent code, guys, that I've seen pretty much my entire life. I've seen it from the women in my family. I've seen it from friends. And so what is that code? The code is when you see a woman, not just a woman, but like a friend or associate, when you see that she's dead in the wrong, there's a code where you don't correct her or you make excuses for her. You don't hold her accountable. And I see it like on on different YouTube channels. I see it with these female platforms like Madame Noir, the Real, The View. It's like women standing for women versus standing for what's right. So why does the sister code need to be thrown away? It's quite simple, because if we don't hold each other accountable, we can't grow. We don't grow. We don't get better as long as we have women around us having us thinking that we are doing the right thing or we're in the right when we're in the wrong. If I have friends around me that always make excuses for me, that's not going to make me better. I'm not becoming, I'm not getting wiser. I'm not getting sharper. I'm not growing. And that could actually hurt me, will hurt me in the long run, especially when it comes to a relationship with a man. Because if I'm not being held accountable for my actions, then how likely is it that, I'll hold myself accountable? If all the people around me make excuses for me and have me thinking that I'm right when I'm in the wrong, or I'm doing just fine when I could be doing better, but you don't hold my feet to the fire and say, nope, Ashley, nope, this ain't it. Instead, you'll tell me, girl, he needs to do more. He needs to do this. He needs to do that. When you see that I'm not doing enough either, as a friend, it's easier to not hold your friend accountable, but to always hold the other person, their man. It's always easy to look at him under a microscope. But are you looking at your friend under a microscope? What's her grade? Is she passing the class? What's the point of having friends if we don't help each other get better. What's the point of having friends if you see me doing something wrong, but you don't correct me? You see me flirting with another man and I'm a married woman, and you, Stevie Wonder, you don't see me. You don't see what I'm doing. You don't say, girl, unacceptable. Unacceptable. You know? Sir Hale speaks. Hey, Sir Hale. Thank you for joining. Thank you. Thank you. Flawed Tea and Talk says, yes, accountability. Exactly. So guys, I want to start by I want to share a clip with you guys, and just to give you an example of what I mean when I say that women don't hold each other accountable. Y'all, Nene Leakes, she literally laid it all out on the reel. And I said, look, see, this is what I'm talking about. This right here is exactly what I'm talking about. Let me get the video. 1 second. Okay, this is it, y'all.
Pose this question. How has your experience been when it comes to girls' trips? Now, many users reply with some of their best girl trip stories. So, ladies, what are some of your do's and don'ts for girls' trips?
Really quick, y'all. There's like a little lag, so let's see if I pause it and play it, if it'll catch up.
Trips or not? I do girl trips. I love my girlfriends. And I think you do everything on the trip. And whatever you do, you're supposed to keep it on the trip.
That's
right? You don't come back.
So that's the don't. The don't is whatever y'all do,
don't bring it back. Don't tell.
Right.
You know, if you got a girlfriend that's going and she's married and she's flirting with other guys, let her do her thing. It's not your business.
Ooh.
Don't you go running and telling everybody, oh my God, girl, she was talking to everybody and she knows she's married.
Ooh.
No, the girls' trip, you're supposed to have an amazing, fun time. And what happens on the trip stays on the trip. Okay. That's what I think.
I
hear that.
That's good advice.
Yeah.
What'd she say? She said it's good advice, y'all. She heard that and she said that it's good advice. So this is not the first time that I've heard of this code. What happens on a girl's trip stays on a girl's trip, or what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Meaning, y'all, we about to do the wrong thing and nobody is supposed to say anything. This is the sister code that I'm talking about. It's when your friend witnesses you doing something bad and she does nothing about it. She doesn't hold you accountable. Let me take this back. I want y'all to really feel me on this. Plus, a few more people just came in. For y'all that just came in, I'm going to replay this video for you, or this part.
Now, many users reply with some of their best girl trip stories. So, ladies, what are some of your do's and don'ts for girls' trips?
Let me remove it and then hold on. Let me bring it back. That was weird.
Pose this question. How has your experience been when it comes to girls?
Can y'all not hear it? Is that? Are y'all able to hear the video when I play it? Let's try it again.
Pose this question. How has your experience been when it comes to girls' trips? Now, many users reply with some of their best girl trip stories. So, ladies, what are some of your do's and don'ts for girls' trips?
Nene. Trips or not?
I do girl trips. I love my girlfriends. And I think you do everything on the trip. And whatever you do, you're supposed to keep it on the trip.
That's
right? You don't come back.
So that's the don't. The don't is whatever y'all do, don't bring it back.
Don't tell.
Right.
You know, if you got a girlfriend that's going and she's married and she's flirting with other guys, let her do her thing. It's not your business.
Ooh.
Don't you go running and telling everybody, oh my God, girl, she was talking to everybody and she knows she's married.
Ooh.
No, the girls' trip, you're supposed to have an amazing, fun time. And what happens on the trip stays on the trip. Okay. That's what I think.
I hear that.
That's good advice.
Yeah. I say go on the girls' trip.
Okay. So y'all, nobody Nobody held Nene accountable. She said, basically, if your married friend goes on a trip and she is behaving inappropriately as a married woman, it's not your business. It's not your business. Don't be going and, telling on her. Just let it ride. And see, y'all, this is a part of the reason why some men don't like girls trips either. But anyway, that's another story. That was another stream. But this is that sister code that I'm talking about. It's like when you see your friend, let me take this off. When you see your friend behaving badly, really do some self-reflection. If you're on the stream right now, really reflect. If your friend does something inappropriately as a married woman, even as a single woman, because there are things as a single woman that you could be doing that's inappropriate. To me, real love is saying what's uncomfortable. Sometimes we don't want to feel uncomfortable checking our friends, and we don't want to make them feel uncomfortable. So it is easy to not say anything. I've been in both positions. I've been in a position where I never said anything. I just kind of like, I'm seeing stuff, I'm peeping stuff, but I'm just not saying anything. And then when I grew out of that, then I started to hold my friends accountable. I started losing some friends now, but we got to be done with that sister code. You're not helping your friend if you stay silent while she does the wrong thing. You're not helping her grow. You're not. I had a friend that she was going to do the wrong thing. And when I called her on it, she told me, she was like, okay, all the stuff that you did in the past, and I kept that a secret. And you know what I said? I said, you shouldn't have kept it a secret. You should have said something. Didn't nobody tell you not to hold me accountable? You're supposed to hold me accountable. So she was on that, that same sister code stuff. When I'm doing the wrong thing, you're supposed to make yourself uncomfortable to help me. And when I tried to help her, it was that was not comfortable for me. This was not comfortable to have to say, no, that ain't it. And in the future, if I ever do the wrong thing, if I ever lose my mind and start doing the wrong thing, you friends need to check me on it. Otherwise, y'all aren't my friends. Enough of this sister code. Let's see what we got. Rosemary Dean said, my best friend, we hold each other accountable. We hold nothing back from each other. That's why we are BFFs. And Rosemary, that's a real friend. That's a real friend, one that's going to hold you accountable. If your friend witnesses you doing the wrong thing and she doesn't say anything, she doesn't check you on it, that's not a friend. Friends are going to get uncomfortable in order to help you grow. That's why the sisterhood it's bad for our health. We're not really helping each other if we cover up crimes for each other. Flawed Tea and Talk says, what you are supposed to do is let her know then and there. What you don't do is go and repeat anything to anyone else. Yes. Thank you, Flawed Tea and Talk. That's another thing. Your real friend, she's not going to talk about you behind your back to other people. It's to you. Because accountability, how am I'm not holding you accountable if I go and tell other people. That's just gossip, She's supposed to be helping you. That's not helping you. Thank you, Flawed Tea and Talk. Shirley Baker says, I give straight to my best friend and sisters raw. They may not like it, and sometimes I didn't either, but we know the advice is being given in love. I didn't share it with others. Thank you, Shirley, and thank you for being a good friend. Let's see. So y'all, I want to now bring up the next thing I wanted to talk about was these groups online, y'all. They don't have to be close friends. It could just be other women. other women not holding each other accountable, but encouraging bad behavior. So really quick, let me, oh, wait a second, share. 1 second, y'all. Okay, I'm gonna have to do this like I didn't want to. Okay, so here's the first one. Hold on, y'all, it's uploading. I didn't realize, anyway, most of you guys don't know much about StreamYard, but it's taking a moment to upload. Okay, so can y'all see the, okay. Y'all should be able to see the screenshot in front of my face, but, oh, let's see. Okay, trigger warning. Ladies, I need some advice on what to do. My man and I made it official on 7/11. Last weekend, we somehow got on the topic of pregnancy. He asked me if I ever been pregnant before, and I didn't want to lie to him. I told him I have been pregnant before in my early 20s, but I never told him what actually happened. The truth is I got an abortion, not by him. No, I didn't tell him that. I just told him that I wasn't comfortable telling him what happened yet. Now he feels like I'm keeping secrets or keeping stuff from him because he tells me everything, but I'm not. I'm just not ready to tell him what really happened until I'm comfortable enough to talk about the situation with him. Should I just should have lied and told him I never been pregnant? I need some advice, ladies, and happy Friday. Okay. So that was sent to me. It was a online Facebook group. Y'all, so we're dealing with a woman who doesn't want to be honest with the man that she's dealing with. Okay. She had an abortion. This guy asked her if she's ever been pregnant before. Maybe he's trying to detect, like, have you ever had an abortion, or did you have a baby and give the child up for adoption? You know, just trying to get to know her. She said they made it official on 7/11. So she halfway tells him the truth, like, yes, but don't want to talk about it. So now she comes to this group and asks the women in the group, y'all, what should I do? Should I have lied to him? So I want to, here's the kicker, guys. I'm going to bring up some of the women's responses to this post. And this is the sister code that I'm talking about. I got the first one loading. 1 second, guys. But this is the stuff that I'm talking about. Now, this girl came and she asked for advice. And what I want to point out is that, you know, do you not even like know who you are as a person? Because if you either make a practice of lying or you don't. So if I know that I'm an honest person, I have integrity, why do I need to come to a group of strangers and ask them if I should lie or not? You know, something's already shady there. Either you are a liar or you are not a liar. You know, but you don't need a group of strangers to tell you that. Anyway, that's not even the point. That's just a side point. But I want to go over the first response. First response here is, just say you, quote unquote, lost the baby and it's hard for you to talk about it and move on. Okay. And then somebody else put, exactly, I think this is the best response. Don't specify miscarriage or abortion, just that you lost the baby. And like you said, it's quote unquote hard to talk about it. I love the quotes. Like, it's like a way of saying, you know, we lying, right? But yeah, you know, it wasn't hard to do. Or, well, let me not say that. Maybe it was, but you did it. And you're here with us telling us that you did it. But the man who may eventually want to like make you his wife, you can't tell him. I'm gonna tell you guys, the reason this girl, here's my theory that I'm like 99% sure on. The girl doesn't want to tell him because she knows it will lower her chances of him eventually marrying her. And because she doesn't want to lose what she wants, which is him, now she's contemplating just lying to him, you know? And that's so unfair because abortions, when you get an abortion, that can cause infertility. It can cause infertility, and these type of things can cause emotional and mental health issues. I remember watching a documentary back in high school about women who had the procedure done, and just like the after effects of it. You think you just have the procedure done and you just move on, but there's a lot that they deal with. Like they talk about how every year on their due date, it's like a death day, like how some people, the day that their dad died or the day that their mom died or their birthday, if they've died, that date is hard. Women who have had the procedure done, like it's hard. That day is like hard for them. So a man may not want to like pursue something serious with a woman who has had that procedure done. So what you're doing, if you lie, you're denying him information that if he did marry you, if he found that out in the marriage, he would have never married you in the first place. You know, this is like so unfair. This is information that a man should know if he's trying to take you seriously or if he's considering you to be his wife. You know, it's really unfair to hold that kind of information from him. But you have women like the screenshot we just read that said, hey, well, you can just tell him it's too hard to talk about, you know? So now what I'm doing is I'm using my female emotions to manipulate you and to get you to leave that alone. Even though it's really not, it may be a little difficult to talk about, but I really could talk about it with you, but I don't want to. So I'm going to act like I'm more distraught than what I really am in order to not talk about it. Now, if these girls were not on Sister Code, they would have told her, nope, girl, you need to tell them the truth. But y'all, that's not all. Oh, there's more. And it gets so much worse. These screenshots that I have, it gets worse, guys. Check this one out. Definitely should have lied. WTF. According to this woman, she should have lied. You just lied to him. Sorry, guys. And then this girl down here says, I know, right? Oh, we're not done. We're not done. I'm going to get to y'all's comments in a second. It gets worse. Hold on. Yes, you should have lied, but since you told him already, make up a dramatic reason as to why you lost the baby. Definitely don't say abortion. He will judge you no matter what he says. You definitely should have lied. This is the sister code I'm talking about, guys. Don't hold her accountable. Encourage her to do the wrong thing. And this girl said, he has to wonder what is being hidden. Personally, I would never tell a soul that I had an abortion. People judge too much. We all have secrets. I would carry that to the grave. Y'all, no words. Shirley Baker. Honesty is the best policy. She needs to stress she is not ready to disclose the details. He needs to accept that. Now, Shirley Baker, what I would ask you is if if abortion can affect fertility, and if it can affect, and it's been proven that it affects a woman's mental health, if he is seriously considering her for marriage, do you still think that she should not disclose those details to him? That's my question to you, Shirley. Sheila Josie says she should be honest and allow him to make his decision based on the truth, not a lie. And Sheila, this is what I said too when I first saw this. Everyone deserves to make a educated decision having all the facts about a person. You know, if a man is going to pledge his life to me, if he's gonna commit to me, stay with me until death do us part, provide for me, he has the right to know about my past, especially if it can affect our future. Because what if this man wants kids, and because she had an abortion, it's now affected her fertility? I don't know if y'all remember the show called The Game. It used to come on the CW, and then BET picked it up. You know, Melanie, Derwin, Med School, Jason Pitts, all them. Some of y'all might remember the show, but there was a scene on that show where Melanie and Derwin, they were trying to get pregnant, and Melanie couldn't. She was having fertility issues. When they went to the fertility specialist, she was asked if she ever had an abortion. Now, this was after they were already married. They're already married. His ex, Janae, already had his first child. They moved into the new house. Things are going good, right? That's when her abortion, that's when Derwin learns about her abortion. Not before the marriage where, hold on, okay, now I can make a decision. No, already married. Now she can't have kids. Now he can't produce children with her. A man deserves to know that. And maybe some men would still stay with you, maybe because they love you that much, but they have a right to know. Thank you, Sheila Josie. Clintona Lindsay says now he's going to have trust issues with her, and she need to be honest and learn communication. Exactly. You know, especially now that, you know, he feels like she's hiding something. Sir, she is hiding something. I wish I knew this man. I wish I knew him. I would tell him to run. I tell him to run. God, I wish I knew who this guy was. I hope that he sees it for what it is and is like kind of slowly making his exit. Hopefully this is a wise and intelligent man. Debbie Snap said, oh my goodness, me feeling is she should have told him. One must be honest. One lie leads to another, and another. Yes. Yes. Once you see that, for the men watching this, once you see that a woman is willing to lie, you have to take that into consideration. If she won't be honest about this, then you have to ask yourself, what else won't she be honest about? Why are there things about you that I can't know? But what it is see, we use emotional manipulation. Oh, I just can't talk about it. Oh, it's too hard. Oh my God. We might even bust out some tears. You know, for those of us who are really good manipulators, narcissists, some of us know how to cry on demand. We can emotionally manipulate you into never asking us again. Oh, because it's just too hard. Oh, it's just, my therapist says I shouldn't talk about it. Oh my God, it's just too hard. I'm sorry. Like, we know how to manipulate emotionally so that you'll stay away from it. Having the guy thinking, oh my gosh, I shouldn't have asked her that. Maybe I shouldn't. Emotional manipulation. And these women aren't checking her on it. Miss Jenny R. Jones said, talk to him, Ashley. Sharon Benz. Hey, Sharon, I'm glad you could join us. She said, it's still deceit. No two ways about it. Yes, ma'am. It's deceit. You know, the word deceit is so fitting for this, guys, because she didn't actually lie. She did tell him that she was pregnant before, but it's too hard to talk about. I just don't want to talk about like what happened. I'm deceiving you into thinking that this is more difficult to me than it actually is. Even though when I get with my friends and, we get to talking, girl, yeah, when I had that abortion, ooh, it was crazy, girl. I was young, I was stupid. Oh, but when you get around him, it's just too hard. Oh, how could you ask me something like that? It hurts me. It just hurts. Emotional manipulation. Ella Smith says, if you have no communication, you have nothing. Tell him the truth, lady. Yes, Ella. Sheila Josie says, that's his right to not marry based on her decision, but it's not right for her to lie, and he makes a decision based on a lie. Yeah, ladies, how would you feel if this was your son? If this was your son, right? And some of you have sons on here, and you love your boys. But what happens when he gets entangled with a woman like this, who has had an abortion and won't tell him the truth about it? And it could affect whether you get grandkids one day. How would you feel as his mom? It's not right. Wrong is wrong. Shirley Baker says, I definitely think she should tell him, but it depends on where they are in the relationship. Is this someone she is in the early stages? Questions. Good question, Shirley. She said they made it official on 7-Eleven. So it sounds like it's serious, like when you make something official, But these are questions that men are like they consider these things in, if you're the woman for me. So if you're in a relationship with him, why wouldn't you disclose that information? He could be vetting you to be his wife, Hello, Lady Navoa. B9, hi B9. He said women giving bad advice. No, shocking, LOL. Man, B9, you already know. B9 is like the uncle of my channel, y'all. I love B9. If you want to know about stocks and crypto land and investing, check out B9's channel. Just Being Me said she can ask him why he is asking if she has had an abortion. Yeah. She can ask him that. She can say, why do you want to know? And then he says, because I'm trying to get to know you. I'm trying to get to know the person that I'm with. Now what? So, I don't think it matters why he's asking this. Guys, this isn't a stranger that she met on the street. Like, if it's a stranger, that is none of your business. But if this is the man that more than likely she's having sex with, who knows? She might even be living with him, and he can't know that information. You said you guys made it official. Ella Smith said, my Sagittarius self not lying about nothing under no circumstances. Flawty and Talk says, you definitely can't take their choice away. You must tell. Yes. Because if the shoe was on the other foot and there were some things about a man that would keep us as women from marrying him, like, for example, what if he used to be gay or bisexual, But he says, you know what? That was in my past, or I was in prison, I served 8 years. You know how it is. How would you feel if he took that to his grave? A lot of us wouldn't be okay with that. If we knew up front that the man that we like has been with other men, we would want to know that. We wouldn't like it if he kept that from us. That wouldn't be right. Tracy Manigault says, one example I can think of is when Lori Harvey broke up with Michael B. Jordan. Some people encourage her to continue dating multiple high-profile men all over Hollywood. I would not encourage her. Yeah, that's the sister code. Girl, ain't nothing wrong with you. Girl. Hey, switch your man out, girl. Get you a new one. Look, when the car break down, get a new one. Bye. You know? You never take time to question, man, what about, you probably need to slow down, Lori. You've already been with like 4 guys in Hollywood. Maybe it's time to stop and rethink some things, take a break. No. We're going to encourage you. We're going to encourage you to keep putting miles on yourself. That's that code. Women can do no wrong. And as a fellow woman, I'm not going to hold you accountable. I'm not going to tell you to stop because that's the code. Lynette Gordon says one lie just leads to another and even more after that. So true. Felicia McCollum, a lie will buy you time, but eventually it will come out, especially if you told someone and they are no longer your friend or have issues with you. Yes. Yes, guys. All right, guys, I gotta move. Oh, red lipstick. Ah, hey girl. You there?
You just had me on in the back.
I'm sorry. I didn't even notice. I just saw your square. I'm like, oh.
I don't think she knows that I'm here.
I'm here, girl.
I just been there for a minute.
How long were you waiting? I didn't even see.
Been up here for like 5 or 6 minutes. Yeah.
My bad.
You
should have texted me, girl.
I did text you.
Oh, did you? Hold on.
See, y'all see how she treat me, y'all.
Whoopsie. Sorry. Okay. So what do you man, I have some more I'm gonna bring up. But okay. While I bring up this next one, what do you think? What do you think so far?
Okay, so I heard the one about the one the guy asked about, whether she had an abortion or not.
Mm-hmm.
I think it depends on like where they are in the relationship. That is something that you should disclose.
Right.
Because you never know, just by having that one deletion can cause problems down the line where you have problems, having a child. And then, when you go to, the specialist and everything, and those are the questions that they're going to ask you. You found it, Daddy? Yeah. $20. Hold on a second. What'd you say, Dad? $20.
Okay. While she's doing that, guys, I'm gonna bring up the next one, and then I'm gonna come back to her. The next one says, "This is weird. Instead of him asking if you have children, which is a more common question when dating, he phrased it more specifically to have you ever been pregnant. That's weird. He's fishing for something." Yeah, he's fishing for information, as he should. Then someone replied, "Sounds like he's first of all, hold on. Can we address her saying it's weird?"
Okay, I'm back. Sorry.
Oh, no problem. I'm gonna come back to you in a second. Do you see how women will shame the man for asking really good questions when it comes to like vetting? This man asked a really good question that can affect him later on down the line, and this woman called it weird. She said it's weird. Women want you to feel like it's weird for protecting yourself. And she's responding to the original girl who made the post. She wants her to believe that he's in the wrong. He's weird. It's weird. Oh, it's so weird that he would ask that, No accountability. He's the weird one, not you. You're not weird. There's nothing wrong with you. It's him. It's all him. And someone responded and said, "Sounds like he's trying to see where she stands on the abortion issue in general. He's trying to use as some sort of judge of character." And And he is trying to judge her character. If I'm going to make you my wife, I have to judge your character. I have to. You're someone that I'm going to spend the rest of my life with, and I can't judge your character. Oh, because we as women, we're quick to judge the man's character. Oh, I've been in some groups. I've been on some female platforms calling, the man dusty and you can do so much better. You know, women, hold on. Let me make sure I have this right. When women want to know information on the man, are these same women calling them weird? Girl, that's weird that you would want to know if he's had sex with another man. That's weird. Why would you ask that? It's just weird. She's not weird. When we ask questions that could affect our future, because I might feel like, okay, if you did it with a man before, will you do it again? This is something that can affect my future. And now I can make an educated decision on whether to keep going with you or not. It's not weird. But women want you to think it's weird. They want you to believe that something is wrong with you if you ask good vetting questions. Miss Ty, what should you want to finish up your thoughts?
Oh, basically, you just said it. What I was saying was that, maybe that was one of the reasons why he wanted to ask, because then, and then, now that you're reading more, it was going into the other stuff that I was going to say.
Mm-hmm.
And then again, he may be asking her these things because, testing her beliefs, because, when you're, going to marry someone, you want to make sure, you're at least on one accord with your beliefs. When it comes to things like that, that could have been the reason why he asked him that question. And it is a judgment, a character, a character question as well, depending on what he believes. So yeah, and the people, so the folks that think this is weird to ask those types of questions, obviously not in a healthy relationship. I've never been in one.
Right.
Because those are the types of questions that you ask when you're about to spend the rest of your life with somebody.
That's true. That's very true. Let's check this one out. This says, it's none of his business. Men act like they tell us everything, but they two secrets. Don't make him guilty trip you. Flip that on him and ask him if he ever got someone pregnant, or just tell him to mind his business. You have shared what you wanted. End of conversation. Did y'all catch that? She said, flip that on him and ask him if he ever got someone pregnant. Y'all, this is a deflection tactic. Usually women just deflect.
Devious.
Yes. But usually if we're in a conversation, we'll just deflect and turn the tables, right? To try to get the heat off of us. But this woman is more conscious about it, in that I am advising you to deflect. I'm advising you to do this. She said, flip that on him and ask him if he ever got someone pregnant. Flip it. Instead of answering this direct question, just flip it. Like, let's do mind tricks here.
Mm-hmm.
Let's not stay on the main road. Let's take him so far down a side street that he forgot what main road we were actually on. Y'all, this is a part of female nature. Deflection. When the heat in the kitchen is too hot, we just turn up the heat on the man. Where were you last night? Where were you? That's not the answer to the question,
And you know what, sis, I'm picking up from these comments. Single friends keep friends single. I guarantee you 90% of the women that were responding were a bunch of single women.
Trying to keep her single.
Trying to keep her single.
Like,
girl, just go get. don't listen to him. Go get you a dog, girl. Go get you one of the poodles, girl. We can
Mhm.
go dog walking together.
Right. Yeah. I agree. I bet most of them are single, you know, because married happily married women, I think, would have a different view on this, you know.
Exactly.
Happy,
Mhm.
healthy married women, I
Mhm.
think the advice would be different. I definitely
Exactly.
do. But with single, miserable women, they always
Mhm.
want to find fault with the man. It's always
Yep.
the man's fault.
Mhm.
Everything the man does, the man never gets any benefit of the doubt, but we get all the benefit of the doubt. It doesn't help
Mhm.
us. Let's show the next one. She said, "Oh dear, don't ever share these things ever, not even with girlfriends. I don't know, but I sense something isn't right with those men who ask these types of questions." My girl Rose said she senses something isn't right with men who ask these kind of hold on. So let
And
me get
you
this
sense
straight.
that you is crazy and you don't have a man. That's what I sense.
Mm, exactly. She said, I sense something isn't right. So with the woman who had that procedure done, nothing's wrong with that, and then nothing's wrong with her
Mhm.
contemplating lying. So she's the one in the wrong here. But do you see how
Mhm.
women can flip it on the man? This is the sister code right here.
There
I'm
it
gonna
is.
flip it on. I'm gonna help.
Mhm.
Hold on, I'm your sister, girl. I'm about to help you flip this table up on top of him, girl. This
Mhm.
is what you, something ain't right, girl. Something is not right with this man. I don't know, girl. I'm sensing something. You don't sense something with your friend? You don't sense that something isn't right with her? No, because you don't even sense that something isn't right with you because you're the same. You said, don't
Right.
ever share these things. You are the
Mhm.
same as her. Just like she is prone, it's showing that she's prone to lying and deception. You're advising her, you're pushing her in that direction. You two are the same. So a girl below her responded. She said, "They ask it to assess your worth and use it against you later." The end. You're right. I agree. That's why they are asking you. They are in a sense assessing your
Assessing
worth
you.
to see
Right.
that to see if you qualify for
That's
them.
a part of the vetting process. What's wrong
Yes.
with these people?
And use it against you later. We don't even know, you don't even know this man, but you're telling her that it will be used against her later. You don't know that. Some men don't use it against you later, and some do. But you would rather paint the worst picture of this man to her. He's going to use it against you later. How do you know that? Do you even know his name? Do you know him? It's like, come on. The worst possible picture I can think of, I'm going to paint him as that. Oh, we're not done. We're not done. Stay right where y'all are because we are not done. There's more.
Oh Lord.
Look, this person says, oh, I love this. Oh, you got to love us women. Okay. When men ask those types of questions, or even the how many men have you slept with, it's a form of insecurity. Oh, you can't make it up. You can't
Hmm.
make this crap up.
Yeah. That's there you go right there. That's sign language right there.
Let's rewind. It's a form of insecurity, and he's about to stop trusting you and start judging you based on your answer. Men have three categories they place women in. Oh, she's gonna take us to school, Miss Ty. She about to take us to school. She's got a C, a
Mm,
B, and an A. Let's
okay.
let's see what she says. She says C. These are the categories they put you in. C, physically attracted to have sex, no introductions to friends and family. B, physically attracted to will date and take serious but not marry. parentheses, man don't 100% trust her and don't consider her his piece. A, physically attracted to, will marry, and she creates value in his life. He trusts her and he will go to her with problem issues. She is his best friend. Your hesitation has just made him block you from category A. He was never your person, hun. Don't stop dating just yet. Okay. So she
has some half truths in there. She has some half truths in there. You get what I'm saying?
Like which one?
So according to the men in my life, there are categories that men put you in. So she has that part right.
Yes.
But her explanation of why old girl is out of A and encouraging her to not answer the question is the wrong part.
And that's the part I was gonna comment on too. She said your hesitation has just made him block you from category A. Now, category A, that's the winning team, right? Physically attracted to and will marry, creates value. He trusts her, right? So you want her to lie to him to get in category A, but look at the contradiction. In parentheses, she puts in category
Right.
A. He trusts her.
Right. That's right. So so it's like, and your head, and she's right. She's right about her not answering the question, or hesitation not to answer the question did kind of blemish her a little bit, because how is he going to build trust with her and a friendship with her when she won't even open up to him?
Right. She was so caught off guard, she didn't know whether to lie or tell the truth. But yeah, this girl contradicted herself. She said, you got kicked out of category A. You should have lied to get in category A. But in category A, he actually trusts you. Oh, man, y'all. What are y'all saying in the comments?
They acting up.
Are they? Lady Navoa said reverse psychology. Belita McCollum said that relationship will not last. Too much game playing. Tracy Manigault said we have to remember that people have abortions for different reasons. It could have been a medical situation. We can ask him if he ever encouraged a woman to have an abortion. This can go both ways. All right, now, Tracy, please don't make me say it. Tracy. I feel like that has nothing to do with him wanting to know. Because what you said was people have abortions for different reasons. That doesn't matter here. He just wants to know if she has had one, right? He's trying to vet her. He's trying to feel her out. It doesn't matter why she had one. She had one. It could have been a medical situation. Okay. She still needs to answer his question. And maybe if it was a medical situation, she could tell him that. But she needs to answer the question. And then, Tracy, you went left when you said, we can ask him if he ever encouraged a woman to have an abortion. What's that got to do? What's that got, Tracy? What does that have to do with this? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. When it comes to who he is going to choose as his wife, maybe he doesn't want a woman who has had that done before. It's no going both ways. I ask you a question, you tell me the truth. We can't start saying, oh, well, flipping the table on him like, oh, okay, well, what have you done? What have you done wrong in your life? This is what is called a deflection. It's I ask you a question, you start talking about other things and not answering my question.
Right. And look, and Tracy, listen to this. Now say if she listened to these women on here and not disclose or tell him the truth, right? He marries her. They're trying for years to get pregnant, right? Then to the point they have to go see specialists, spending thousands and thousands of dollars to have a baby, only to be told because of the scarring on from an deletion is the reason why you can't conceive natural.
Mm,
Do you know how he's going to feel?
yeah.
Like, all you lied to me.
Mm-hmm.
See, the women, they're not thinking about that. That you have to live with that lie for the rest of your life. And you're gonna have to lie to cover up the lie every
Mm-hmm.
time.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. Um, B9 says, preach Rev. Miss Jenny R. Jones says, single friends keep friends single. Tracy Manigault says, a single friend that loves you can give good advice. Married women can give horrible advice. It comes down to the character of the individual. Tracy, all right now. Now, while that's true,
Tracy gonna give it to you tonight, sis.
right. All right now, Tracy. So, with married women, the reason why a married woman is going to be more likely to give you good advice is because, especially a married woman with some years on her, she has been through the heat with her husband, because marriages go through some things, right? If your friend is single and she's never been married, she doesn't understand the heat that she doesn't understand those down moments, those dark places that you find yourself in with your husband, those, divorce scares, all that. So a single friend not understanding that, more than likely won't give you good advice, because they're going to think that, oh, every wrong little thing that he does, like, it's not, girl, you need to level up. You need a girl. You can do so much better. But a married woman, who's been through those things with her husband, she understands that, and don't let her have come out of that fire and is now cooled off. She will better help you to understand that, hey, you're going to go through these things, you're going to deal with these things, but you can make it through. I made it through, and you can make it through. So that's one thing that single friends tend to not have, that the experience of living with and really being with a man and going through trials, with a husband under contract, so I hear you. I would never go to my single friend for advice. My single friend, really any of my friends, would never know. They're not going to know what I'm going through in my marriage. I don't advise that, but especially single friends. If I did go to a friend, it's going to be a married friend over a single friend. Oh, Tracy. B9 said, this is some BS. Women are perfect and never do anything wrong, period. Men ain't ish. LOL. That's why the sister codes gotta go, you guys. Because this is how women think. It's like, we don't do anything wrong. My friend, I'm on code. She doesn't do anything wrong. It's always the man who's not ish. What did that girl say? He's weird. It's weird. Why would he ask you something like that? You didn't do anything wrong, but he's doing something wrong by asking you a question. They want you to believe that he's wrong. Tracy Manigault said he can't hold that against her. That's why it matters. Abortion don't always lead to fertility. He can hold it against her. He can, if he knows about that, he can decide whether he wants to leave her or not. He can very well hold that against her.
That's his right.
Right. And she said abortions don't always lead to fertility, but there is a chance.
But that is a chance.
I
said, but there is a chance, though.
Right.
It's not like, come on now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he might not want to take that chance, and there's nothing wrong with that. Just like if I find out that the man I'm dating, he's had sex with a man before, but he says, but I'm not gay anymore. Okay, I don't want to take the chance. You may or may not, because now you've had that experience with another man and you liked it. That's why you was gay for a little while. What if I don't want to trust that he won't do it again? I know a woman ain't no woman gonna tell me you can't hold that against him. They're gonna encourage me and say, oh no, girl, he's gay. Once gay, always gay. Girl, don't do it. You know? My female friends are going to encourage me to hold that against him. Everybody should have the facts, the car facts. Everyone deserves the car facts so that they can make a decision off of the truth, not a lie. You know, and no judgment if she wanted to have that procedure done, that was her choice. But sometimes that has its consequences. Men can choose to not want to be with you because of that. And there's nothing wrong with them. There's nothing weird about them. It's actually very wise and intelligent, you know, because maybe they've done their research on women who have had abortions and the complications that it causes, the mental health issues that could come with it. And maybe he doesn't want that in his future wife's track history. Maybe he can take other things, but maybe that I'm not okay with. And that's his choice. And you have some men that will say, well, you know, that was in your past. That's fine. You know, but you want to give men that choice. And if you're not willing to, then to be honest, you don't deserve a man who's honest. You don't deserve that. And one can only hope that you don't get an honest man, an honest, good-hearted man, because honest, good-hearted men deserve honest, good-hearted women. Women who lie and deceive, they deserve liars and deceivers. I would hate to think that for the woman who made the original post that this is a good man. One can only hope that he's low quality and he's the same as her. Y'all. Kevin C, how you doing, Kevin? He said men will take it pretty hard if conception is impossible due to pregnancy termination. It's a big deal. It's a big deal, especially for a man who wants to have kids. If he wants to have kids, that's a very big deal. This is something that can come back to bite you. That's why, you know, marriage in the United States is really not fair the way it's set up, because a woman can trap you in a marriage and you can find out in the marriage that she lied to you about something that you know, if you knew this before the marriage, you never would have married her, and you're trapped in that marriage. And if you leave, you have to, by court order, pay, you know, her alimony. You lose half of, you know, your paycheck or your pension. She might get the house. And that wasn't fair because she lied to you. You should be able to get a free annulment for that because she lied. Hey, I'm asking that you grant this divorce and grant me freedom of responsibility because she didn't disclose this information, or she lied to me about this information. She didn't tell me this. So, but unfortunately, a woman can lie to a man. It can come back to bite him later. And even if he wanted to divorce her, he would have to contemplate like, man, I got to lose half and I didn't do anything wrong. She lied. But as B9 would say, since the government financially backs the sister code, they'll more than likely, if they're well off financially, to stay with her. But the marriage will be miserable because he'll resent you. He'll never trust you again. And you know what they say, a relationship is nothing without trust. It's really unfair, guys. Belisha McCollum says, my friends know to never ask me anything. If you don't want the truth, I don't feed into lies, dishonesty, not worth being around. Okay. Shirley Baker says, I think he could have asked that question in a different way. What kind of different way? I'm curious to know. B9 says, I find it funny when a woman tells a man that he can't hold a grudge. Show me that rule book, please. Oh, man. Okay. So, y'all, we're almost through this. Here's the next one. Okay. Just tell him you had a miscarriage. I love it. Just tell him you had a miscarriage. Medically, they're the same thing. Whoo, the deception.
No, they not. What?
Hold on. But in her avatar, it's looking like she's married or with somebody. Pray for that man. Y'all send thoughts and prayers to him, because she's advising a woman to be deceptive. That means that she is also deceptive. Pray for that man in her avatar. Okay. And it says, but in the future, don't tell anyone this type of information. The next girl says, now that you already mentioned that you got, now that you already mentioned that you got pregnant, just say you miscarried. Maybe mentioning abortion will sound bad to him. And hold on, B9's comment is in the way. Okay. Sound bad to him and he might judge you. My thoughts. Y'all, it's ugly out here for men. These are the type of women that are out here, and they don't wear the stuff on their sleeves, but this is what's on their heart. And you can't read their heart from the outside. You just have to find out that they're liars later. And by then you're already married to them. That is scary. Deceivers. Tell him you miscarried. That's not the truth, though. You didn't miscarry. You purposely did this. You didn't miscarry. There's a difference. Women who miscarry, they don't have control. You don't have control over a miscarriage. Women go through deep depressions over miscarriages. Why? Because they wanted their baby. They wanted to be pregnant. And you say it's medically the same thing, but it's really not the same thing. Abortions is, I made a choice to terminate my pregnancy. Miscarriage, I don't want my pregnancy terminated, but things went wrong and I lost my baby. Not because of me, not because I went into a clinic and had this done. I actually wanted my child. It's not the same thing. So if she lies and tells him that I miscarried, that will cause, see, now we're dealing with two different reactions. That'll cause a man to feel sorry for you. Like, oh my gosh, wow, I'm sorry to hear that. But having the other procedure done, not so much. They know that he's not going to feel sorry for you if you tell him the truth. But if you tell him you miscarried, okay, now we're using some emotional manipulation. I'm emotionally manipulating you into feeling bad for me. I'm going to make you apologize for asking me. Wow, I'm so sorry about that. I shouldn't have asked. I'm so sorry. Emotional manipulation. These women are not holding her accountable, guys. They're encouraging her to lie. Check this one out. Hold on, it's uploading. Okay. Oh, that was wrong. Y'all, I thought I found one, y'all. Yes, girl, that was wrong. Nope. She said, you should have just said you have never been pregnant. We started off good, guys.
The deception.
Look, she deceived me. She started off with that was wrong. But nope. She said, you should have just said you have never been pregnant. By saying you had a pregnancy with no baby in sight, nor explanation for miscarriage or death of the child is so suspicious. Let's get real here. Learn from this. If you are asked such a question, again, say no. That's it. Just another woman encouraging a woman to be a liar. Women are showing you that This is a part of their character. Here, another one. If you do not want to tell him about the abortion, then tell him you miscarried since you already told him you were pregnant. Oh, and say it was very hard for you emotionally, like a grief or a trauma. That's why you didn't tell him before how this is very
Oh my
personal.
Lord.
Oh,
She's giving her all the Lord have mercy.
so it's wrong for him to assume, and you feel unprotected and scared because of the way he responded. I feel scared.
Dark
Hold on, y'all.
femininity. Look at that.
Look at my
Dark
face.
femininity. Child.
Again, no. We
I'm
must.
praying for these men out here. They got some issues.
If you do not want to tell the man about the abortion, then tell him you miscarried since you already told him you were pregnant. And here, hold on. Let me get my acting on. Oh, and say it was very hard for you emotionally, like a good grief or a trauma. And that's why you didn't tell him before how this is very personal for you. So it's wrong for him. It's wrong for him to assume, and you feel unprotected and scared because of the way he responded. I feel unprotected and scared. Do you see, Miss Ty, do you see the manipulation? This woman is advising this woman who's not feeling unprotected and scared, by the way. Just tell him you feel unprotected and scared. This is the sister code, guys. This is why it needs to burn to the ground. Because women fail to hold women accountable. Failing miserably. Basically, what I want you to do, girl, I want you to lie to him. Not only lie and tell him it was a miscarriage, but then I want you to turn around and put on this emotional show for him. And deflect, sign language him, shame him.
Deception.
I'm going to deceive you into thinking that I feel unprotected and scared because of that question that you asked me. This is, y'all, these are real screenshots here, guys.
Wow.
These are real. Here's another one. You could have left it at, I've never been pregnant. Some things are better kept a secret. Where I come from, they say spilled water cannot be collected. At this point, tell him a good lie. My love, I don't like talking about my past pregnancy because I was too young and I got a miscarriage. I know it hurts to lie to someone you care about, but try that. It might work. Hugs, dear.
Child, they gonna lead her straight to hell. Oh my God, what is going on right now?
Sad. Look, this
blind leading the blind, sis.
Yes. This one says, watch out for you. You owe yourself first, and him maybe second or after. Oh, I love it.
You know what? Die dog and die alone. Oh my God.
I love it. Watch out for you. You first, right? You first. When dealing with a man, you first.
They got that feminine stuff, girl.
But Miss Ty, look, she said you owe yourself first, and him maybe second or after. She put the maybe in there. She didn't even say you first and him second. She said
maybe.
Maybe second.
Oh my God.
Hold on, where am I? Maybe you'll put him second. Okay. Trust and believe he is taking care of him. Ma'am, do you know him? You met him? You met him? Okay. Now you do the same and keep yourself safe, including your emotions. Flip it. Make him feel guilty. Keep your eyes open. If you come to a realization that it would be a deal breaker for him and you don't feel comfortable lying about it, you can break things off for some other reason and still never tell him. If some future comes along where you are married and feel safe telling him and feel you really need to, you can say something like, I told you something a long time ago that was only partially true because I wasn't ready to open up about it, or something like this. But the fact that he's pushing about something so personal and clearly emotional doesn't bode well in my mind. I'm just saying that in the future, you can walk it back if you desire without saying, I lied. You aren't painting yourself. You aren't painting yourself in a corner. You are protecting yourself. And that is your right and responsibility.
Mm, mm. Just leading this poor child to the dungeon. Mm.
Reading all these will make you say, man, just throw the whole female species away. Just throw them all away. Throw them away. So she mentioned telling him the truth, but did you guys notice she said, if some future comes along where you are married and feel safe telling him and feel you really need to, you can say something like, I told you, blah, blah, blah. But notice how she said, when you married, when you've caught him, when you have him in a legal binding agreement, then that's when you can tell him. Because women know the power that they have. Once you marry us, we know that there's a lot to lose if you divorce us. So now all of a sudden when we're married, oh, we feel safe now. No, now I can tell you, you know?
And then he can start being disconnected from you and then start cheating on you. Who fault is that then?
Yeah. He'll do it to get back at you.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you never find out about the affair, in his mind, he's getting back at you for lying to him.
Exactly.
Okay, guys, this is the last one here. This one says, having read through this thread, I've changed my answer to tell him you miscarried. That is difficult. Okay, that it's difficult for you to talk about it. Cry. Make him feel guilty. That's what he's doing to you. Hold on, let me put
no. Telling her exactly what to do. Telling her to cry and carry on.
Hold on. I need to put like my evil voice on when I'm reading this.
Okay. Act it out, sir.
Having read through this, I've changed my answer to tell him you miscarried. That it's difficult for you to talk about. Cry. Make him feel guilty. That's what he's doing to you. Turn the tables. Get back the power and make him feel bad enough to spend some money.
I cannot. This is so wild.
She said, you got to think about a few things. One, if he claims he tells you everything, he's lying. Right, because you know him. Two, he's not respecting your boundaries. Three, why is he asking this? I can't think of a single reason for him asking that is for your benefit. He is asking for his own benefit, period. The end. And it's not good to judge you, to have something over your head, to have something to throw in your face, etc. Some people are saying things like, if they end up married, blah, blah, blah. Honestly, this seems unlikely and unwise, as he's already showing red flags. I think you are getting too close to this man too quickly, and giving him this information is only going to
How the heck is that a red flag? Sis, please explain that to me. How is that a red flag?
Let me see. What are y'all saying in the comments? Are y'all seeing?
Oh my
Are y'all seeing y'all in the comments? Are y'all seeing this? Hold on. Hold on. What Ella Smith said. That's the truth. I'm single, but if the opportunity comes, I will tell the person that I'm a mess. Talk to me at your own risk. Well, at least you're honest. I can respect that. Belita McCollum says, oh my, it's rough out here for men and women. No accountability. Lie, lie, lie. The devil is busy. Yes. And what's a man to do? You know, what if this was your son being lied to like this? Nobody wants their son to have a manipulative wife who is a liar, you know? Y'all, this woman, this is the last one, by the way, guys. She told this one, this is the sister code that I'm talking about. She told him, I mean, her, tell him you miscarried, that it's difficult for you to talk about. She said to cry. She told this woman, you need to cry in front of him, make him feel guilty. That's what he's doing to you. Turn the tables, get back the power. Man, I'm so glad that this information is like out here for us to see, you know.
Yeah.
And the reason why I'm bringing this up, guys, is to say that I wanted to bring awareness to how women lie and deceive, because it's slightly different from how men lie and deceive. You know, we know that we can manipulate with our emotions. And so for those of you who are watching this, these are traits that you absolutely don't want to have, because if a man finds out that you've lied to him, you know, this could ruin your relationship. It could ruin your marriage, can really break the trust. And it's really not fair. It's not fair to get somebody in a legal binding contract and they don't know what they're really getting into. I don't know. And if you lie about something like this, what else are you willing to lie about? How far can this go? You know? And so when it comes to this sister code of not holding each other accountable, you know, we have to let this go, and we have to build almost like a new sister code where we're calling each other out on our bullcrap. I see you doing something wrong, anything, you know, because there are things that are inappropriate for a married woman. There are things that are inappropriate for a single woman. If I'm your friend, what kind of friend am I if I don't hold you accountable? So for the original poster, if she were to come to you, Miss Ty, and with a question, you know, what should I do? Should I have lied? What are you telling her?
She should have told the truth.
Mm,
She should have told him straight out. Yes, I did. And if there was some type of, and that this would give her opportunity to actually bear her truth to him at that point and
mm,
show vulnerability to him to, and it seemed, see, this is the thing that a lot of the women weren't looking at. That showing him that you are entrusting him with something that is, that's precious to you, a memory that hurt you, or she could still be dealing with the after effects of that, you don't even know.
mm,
But to entrust him with that information is showing him the vulnerability that you're showing him and giving to him, and allowing him to take that, and he's able to become that protector of your heart when it comes to that.
mhm,
But you didn't even give him a chance because you lied to him.
mm. You know, that's
You
true.
didn't give him a chance to even for you to, and like that could have been a conversation. You never know where that conversation was going to go because she lied.
Yeah.
It could have went to a way that he was about to share something with her that happened in his life. But because she lied, she will never know.
Hmm. Yeah. And you know, the reason why, guys, the reason why when a woman will lie about this is because she wants you for whatever reason. She wants to be with you. She doesn't want to lose what she wants, so she will lie to keep it. And when you think about it, it's very self-centered. It's, I don't care that you don't have all the car facts before you buy. I just care about what I want. So this relationship is what I want, and I will lie, deceive, and manipulate to get what I want. And that says a lot about a woman who's willing to go through such great lengths just to keep you. So it really says a lot about her character. But women like this typically, I don't think they get long lasting healthy relationships, because it doesn't stop there. That level of selfishness, it shows up in other areas of the relationship as well. you know so if you guys, for the women who are watching, if you have had that procedure done, and you're for the single women who aren't married, if a man wants to know that, just be honest with him. And guess what? You might lose him. He may decide that, okay, yeah, that's not really for me, and keep it moving. And you can hold your head high, knowing that I was honest. I told him the truth, and he made his decision. I respect that. I respect his decision. He needed to know. And you may find somebody else that is okay with it. But wanting the truth, wanting an honest man, but being dishonest yourself, that makes you a hypocrite. You're not even living up to your own standard. Kevin C says there is too much deceit and lies for men to trust women today. We talk about toxic and lying men, but women can be just as bad or worse. I mean, very true, Kevin. And the thing is, guys, there's no system. There's no type of like system for women where you can get the Carfax, because we don't live in a patriarchal system where our fathers gave us to another man for marriage, and our fathers could ensure to that man that these are virgins. And men, as a man, you trusted her father, but now there's no accountability. We're, as women, we just kind of, in this Western culture, we just kind of roam the streets, and when we just having sex with men, and we can keep it a secret. We're so free.
Mhm.
And you can't trust what she says, because she can just lie about how many men that she's been with. If I've been with 20, I can just lie and say I've been with 3, and you would never know. But just the truth, in more patriarchal systems, I know you ladies don't like to hear that, it produced more pure, chaste women. And men could trust that those women haven't been tapped into. But nowadays, you can't go to her father to get those facts, because her dad don't know where she been either.
Yeah, her father probably said, "No, son, you might want to go down the street because my daughter for the streets."
Yeah. Girl.
She should get it from her mama.
Girl, yes. And I think fathers today have changed too. I think they have even more of an emotional attachment to their daughters, to where they would even lie for their daughters just so their daughters could get what they want. Whereas I feel like old patriarchs would be more honest, just like they did in The Color Purple. That daddy was like, Miss Seeley was her name. She's ugly, but she can cook and clean. But my other daughter, I don't know, I don't remember verbatim what he said, but I'm reserving her because she's prettier. She's virgin, she's prettier, but you can have that one. Right. So men didn't have this unhealthy attachment. Like they just told the truth about their daughters. Like, hey, my daughter, she's been married before. Her husband died in the war. They had 2 kids. That's the truth about her. My other daughter, she's not that pretty. She's virgin. You can have her. My 2 daughters over here, they're the prettiest. A lot of men are seeking after them. I'm reserving that. But it's like I'm breaking down each one. I'm just telling the truth about each one. I want them all to be married. But as men, there's like a code that I'm going to be straight up with you about my daughters. Okay. Women weren't allowed to just like roam the streets and just like be in relationship after relationship after relationship, sex, different men having a baby here, having a baby there, So men today, they don't know what they're getting. When you meet a woman and you like her, you don't really know her. You don't know who she is. So the men today, they're relying on our honesty. They have to, because there's no other way for them to get the truth. So to you, Kevin C, I mean, I wish y'all men the best. I wish you guys the best. Sheila Josie says it takes too much energy to lie, and by lying, obviously she doesn't feel good about the decision that she made. Yes. And Ella Smith says, I don't think parents should tell kids that it's a Santa. Wait, what? Biggest lie ever. What you talking about, Ella? What you talking about, Ella? Anyways, guys, hopefully you all enjoy the show. This was a sad one.
Yeah. I the one thing I can't believe how they were like just breaking it down to telling her to cry and play on his emotions, and they just broke it down, telling her what to. That's just.
Yeah, women. That's our dark side. We can be very calculated, and we can show other women how to be calculated as well. I remember having friends years ago that was trying to show me the game about how to get money out of men, like these are the things that we as women talk about behind the scenes that we would never tell you. Conversations that
I think she clicked herself off. The live is still. I think she made a mistake and hit the button.
My computer, it's so weird. It just shuts down, freezes, and then it just shuts down. I'm so sorry, y'all. Okay. All right. Right when I was about to end it. Thank you guys so much for. Wait, I want to read this comment. I like this comment here. Sheila Josie says, my father was an alpha male and he was very strict. We had to be home by midnight or we could not get in the house. He stated nothing is open after midnight but motels, because your father knew. Okay. He knew. But, unfortunately, he was probably like, what? Am I still on? Oh my God, like my computer, it's so weird. Okay, let me get through this. I was saying, unfortunately, he was probably like that at a time where not all parents were like that, like back in ancient times, that was just kind of the way of everyone. But Miss Sheila Josie, I'm not sure how old you are, but you probably found yourself questioning your father because all households didn't operate like that. And you probably heard rhetoric like, parents being too controlling, dads being, too controlling and oppressive, So it made us question our dads and their methods. But now that we're grown women looking back, we can see that that was their way of protecting us. They didn't want us just out here just like having sex because they know how men think. They know that men are after sex and we're after something else. We want, we want their hearts, we want love, but men want something else. And your dad understood that. He understood what was on a man's mind, and we thought it was controlling, but it was actually protection for us. So thank you for sharing that. And thank all of you for joining us. This was a good stream. It was very eye-opening. If you're a woman watching this, choose who you choose, make a decision as to who you want to be. What type of woman are you? Are you a liar? Are you a deceiver? Are you manipulative? And if you are, and this opened up your eyes and you're saying, well, maybe this ain't so cool, start to make the changes. Be an honest person.
Yeah.
Someone said honesty is the best policy, and it is. You can't expect a good and honest man if you're not a good and honest woman. You don't deserve a good man if you're willing to, have those traits. Yeah. Miss Ty, thank you so much for joining.
No, have to come in here and support.
Thank you. We kept it in the hour range, so I'm happy about that.
See. Look at you.
So, all right, guys. So we're gonna B9 said delete the sister code. So, guys, we're gonna go ahead and end it. Thank you guys so much for joining, and I will see you guys next Tuesday.
Have a good evening, guys.
Bye.